Have you ever pondered what would happen if one day the dead stopped staying dead? Picture this, an ordinary day in a bustling metropolis abruptly disrupted by the unthinkable. The dead rising, their once lifeless bodies now animated with a horrifying hunger. The predictability of life shattered, replaced by a sudden chaotic fight for survival. Imagine the terror, the confusion, the sheer disbelief. An unthinkable, chilling scenario, isn't it? But what if it actually happened? The first inkling of the apocalypse didn't come with a bang, but with a whisper. The initial stages of the apocalypse were as bewildering as they were terrifying. The world woke up to a seemingly ordinary day. The sun rose, people went about their lives, oblivious to the storm that was brewing. The first zombie sightings were dismissed as pranks, hoaxes, or the delusions of the deranged. The world laughed it off, oblivious to the horror that was about to unfold. But then, the laughter died down. As more and more of these sightings were reported, the world began to take notice. A chill ran down the collective spine of humanity as the realization began to dawn. This wasn't a prank. This wasn't a delusion. This was real. The undead were walking among us. The confusion that ensued was palpable. Governments scrambled to respond, scientists raced to understand, and the public grappled with the impossible reality. The world, once so familiar, was suddenly unknown, treacherous. The rules had changed, and humanity was left scrambling to catch up. The news spread like wildfire. Social media was abuzz with theories, eyewitness accounts, and pleas for help. The world watched in horror as the first recorded attack played out on live television. The victim, a news reporter, was in the middle of a broadcast when she was attacked. The world watched in stunned silence as she transformed before their eyes, her humanity slipping away, replaced by a ravenous hunger. The world was in chaos. Panic set in as people grappled with this new reality. The streets, once bustling with life, were now filled with fear. People barricaded themselves in their homes, praying for a miracle, a cure, a way out. But as the days turned into weeks, the horror only intensified. The number of the undead grew exponentially. Each life lost, a new monster born. The world was under siege and humanity was losing. As the death toll rose, so did the number of the undead. In no time, the whispers turned into screams, and the isolated incidents became a worldwide epidemic. The insidious spread of the zombie virus was swift and unrelenting. It was as if the world had been doused in gasoline, and this vile contagion was the merciless spark. With terrifying speed, the virus carved its path through continents, nations, cities. No corner of the globe was spared. Governments, once mighty pillars of order, crumbled under the weight of the phenomenon. Institutions designed to protect and serve reduced to dust. The world's superpowers brought to their knees by an unseen enemy. It was a collapse of epic proportions, a societal breakdown as humanity's constructs failed them. As the structures of civilization fell, so too did the thin veneer of civility that separates man from beast. In the face of fear and desperation, humanity's primal instincts surfaced. Every man, woman, and child became a survivor, their primary goal: to live another day. The world as we knew it had been replaced by a brutal landscape where mercy was a luxury few could afford. Amidst the chaos, small pockets of survivors emerged. They eked out a living in the ruins, scavenging for resources, fighting off the undead, and bracing against the harsh reality of their new world. They were the remnants of a once thriving society, now reduced to mere shadows of their former selves. It was survival of the fittest in a world gone mad. Living in a world overrun by the undead is a constant battle, a fight not just against the zombies, but against hopelessness. Each new dawn is a testament to the relentless human spirit, a daily victory over a world that has turned grotesque and alien. In this dystopian reality, survivors have had to adapt quickly and drastically. The routine of a 9-to-5 job, of grocery shopping, of Saturday night movies has been replaced by a ceaseless struggle for survival. Every moment is consumed by the need to find food, secure shelter, and stay one step ahead of the shambling hordes. Yet even in this nightmarish existence, there are small triumphs to be found. A safe night's sleep, a meal that isn't rationed, a moment of laughter shared with a fellow survivor. These are the victories that keep hope alive. They are reminders of a time before, echoes of humanity that refuse to be silenced. The importance of hope and human connection in such dire circumstances cannot be overstated. It's what separates the living from the undead. It's the difference between merely surviving and truly living. When everything else has been stripped away, it's these intangible qualities that define us as human beings. Survivors band together, forming tight-knit communities. They share stories, exchange skills, and build new lives amid the ruins. They find reasons to smile, to celebrate, to love, because it's these moments, these connections that make life worth fighting for. Our species has always been defined by resilience and adaptability. We have survived ice ages, plagues, and wars, and even in the face of a zombie apocalypse, we continue to endure. We find ways to live, to hope, to dream. We find ways to be human, because in the end, it's not about how many zombies you've killed or how many days you've survived. It's about the laughter you've shared, the tears you've shed, the love you felt. It's about the moments of humanity that shine through the darkness. Despite everything, the human spirit endures, flickering like a stubborn flame in the darkness. The zombie apocalypse, a horrifying concept, yet it forces us to question our values and our will to survive. Imagine, if you will, the sudden onset of such an apocalypse, an insidious virus spreading rapidly across the globe, transforming the living into the undead. The world as we know it, thrown into chaos, societal norms and structures crumbling under the weight of the undead onslaught. This is not just a tale of horror and despair, but also a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. Among the ruins and the wreckage, survivors emerge. They navigate the new world, not just surviving, but also preserving the essence of their humanity. They adapt, they fight, they carry the torch of hope in the darkest of times. In the face of such horror, would you lose your humanity or would it only shine brighter?